Patron, take them away.
Well, welcome guys, hope you're well. We're going to do a strange test today. We're going to look at multiple markets, set and forget, and see what happens. Now, the reason I'm doing this, it's really a test that will probably kick me in the arse, because there's a lot of chitter chatter about the amount of assets that people trade and focus. And what I want to do is put it to the test. So what I've done is I've selected 8 products, which are the majors. We're going to put an order on each one of them and see whether we make some money. Now the chances are this will kick me. So let me set this up and we'll get this away. I'll set it up first and then I'll talk you through what we are doing. So if you see this here, this is my strength sheet. Now I've already put it into the squad, so these guys actually know what I'm up to most of the time, because I was a bit stupid like that. There you go, there it is there. So it's in there, it's Monday morning, and what we're going to be doing is, as you can see, it's telling me whether to buy it, sell it, etc, etc. Now it's also grading these out between A, B, D. It goes down to an F. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to discount this because it doesn't know whether to buy it, sell it, indifferent. Okay, so keep an eye on that. We'll come back to it shortly. But what we're looking at is here. Now if I flick this onto there, we can see everything that we need to see. Okay, so we'll clean it up a little bit. Switch the indicators off. Don't worry guys, they're nothing special. I only use basic indicators, just so that we can see the charts, and then we'll drop some orders in each one of them. Okay, drop that down onto an hourly. All right, there you are. You can see the charts a bit cleaner now. Right, what we'll do, we'll open this up. Euro Chef, we are going to start, and it's a sell. So we're going to drop a sell in that. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to go over mad with these things. I'm going to just put a pound a point in. Now this one, it's on a heavy sell now, possibly down to there. So let me drop this to 5 minutes so we can see what's going on. Bear with me, it's pretty low. Yeah, we'll sell this one straight away. Okay, and we're going to be dropping target into the next barrier, which will be there. Now this is only sort of like a 6 pip target onto that, which I'm quite happy with. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stage these things backwards. Okay, so let's go to the next euro, which is this one. Okay, so now euro JPY is also a sell. Let me have a little look at this one so we can see. Okay, that's pushing up. 5-minute chart. It's already coming down. So I'll do a candle count on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put an order underneath the candle. Just like so. Now this one has a reasonable target within it. It's actually quite a big target. Okay. That's set. So there's like the plateau there, and we're looking to run this one down in and around this area down here. Now all of these I'm going to stage backwards if I have to, but I'm only putting them in at £1. I'm keeping my margins pretty low because I don't want to be swamped with margin, because if I go $5 or a point or sort of full lot per point on each one of these, it'll eat the margin up. So I'm just going to stick it at £1, and I'll put a £5 into each market, but I'll build up the £5, and hopefully some won't need a £5, some might, and that'll be the limit. And that way I'll control the margin, I can control the costs, because what we're doing is pretty dangerous, to be honest. So we sell in the USJPY. Now this is currently pushing up. So let's have a little look at this one. Okay, so it's kind of pushing up, but I'm wanting to sell it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an order on here for it to come back down. Okay, so I'm going to sell that. Now it mightn't get there, it might, but who knows. And then we'll push that down there. Okay, so we'll drop the sell order there. So what I'm looking for that to push up, pick up on this plateau here, and then come back down on itself. That's what I'm looking for there. So the euro dollar, we're actually missing out because that one isn't sure what the chart is. This one, not too bad. So US CAD is next. So we'll go to the US CAD, see what the situation is here. So the US CAD is a sell also. It looks to be pushing up at this point. Okay. Now this one's slightly different. We've got this strong drive here against itself. So I just want to check something. Yeah, so it's coming off this. So a little bit of a retracement. Pull that right down to there. 23. Yeah, well, I think we'll sell it in and around that 50. So we'll drop that order in. So the 50, and then take that back to there for now. Okay. Then we've got this bad boy. This is a buy. Looks like a pretty strong buy actually. So let me check this bad boy out. I think with this one we might actually just go straight to market with it. It's coming back on itself slightly. Shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put an order just above it. And then we're going to run it into that top level. So I'll put that there. Okay. Okay. Right, so that's fine. Then we've got the next one, US Chef. Let's have a look, see what that is. That's a sell. Do excuse me while I'm doing this, guys, because I'm having to read these charts and see what it is that I'm doing at the same time. Okay, that's pushing down. Let's have a quick look at this. 5. It's come down, it's gone up, it's pushing. So this is the cluster point that I'm interested in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put an order underneath this slot, just like so, and we're going to run that into there. Right, so that'll do for that. Okay, and then finally we've got the pound. Now the pound is an odd one because it is pushing high on a range and it's coming back on itself, but it is a buy. So I'd be looking to buy this relatively low off this range. Okay, so with this one, if I drop this to 15 minutes so we can see it, you can see that's pushing down in and around this area. So I'm just going to put a buy order onto there. Now, part of me thinks you should sell it into that range. I might do something a bit naughty here, actually, guys. I might sell that down into there and then put a buy there to come back up. In fact, I think I will. Right, so we're going to sell it into range. So we're going to sell that underneath where it is into that level, just like so, and then I'm going to put a buy order on the same level to come back. Right, they're all in place. Now's where it gets a bit silly. All right. So open that up so we can see what everything is. I'll drop it down onto 5 minutes because I'll be revisiting this throughout the day. And the idea behind it is we're going to see whether it's a good, bad, or indifferent trading multiple assets at once. Personally, I think it's borderline suicide. But there's method in the madness. And I'll flick the camera on in just a second and I'll explain what that madness is. Okay. Right. There. Okay. All the charts are on. Should see everything. Did I not put an order in on USJPY? Well. I didn't press the... USJPY, give me a second, guys, give me a second. Oh, I did, it's just, it's higher up in the, there it is there. Okay. Right. Let me explain this a second while I have a slurp of coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And I do apologise for saying that, but I wanted you to see me put the orders in as we were going. Now, one of the things that I really needed to do here is set up multiple orders at once. And the method behind it is really focus. I don't think you can focus on that many markets at once. So what I've done really quickly is I set a bias up for each one of them. It's the beginning of the day. I set an order into each one of them. Now, the only way out of this now is to manage these trades. It's the only way. Now, that's why I went in small. Because if I went in too big on point of entry and I'm wrong, I'll be in a world of pain. Because the markets will naturally move against me. Now, if they move against me and I've got a big size on, I'll stress. I'm already stressing because of the amount of markets that I'm looking at. It's a bad combination what we're doing, all right? And I stress bad. It's not a good thing what we're doing here. It's an experiment. And I just want to show you how stressful it can be. But we're going to see if we're going to end the day positive. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to target down onto barriers, and then we're going to have stops at barriers up the top. And well, that's it really. Not rightly sure where to go with this. I'm really doing it because Boffin raised a question in the Discord. And it was about focus and multiple markets and can you do this? But it was also one of the questions that kind of got my head thinking as well was, if you were so far to target, say 75% into target, would you continue to trade? Well, that breeds over trading. And I would think, looking at this, we are over trading. We are definitely over trading. So we'll play it out. Let me get my thoughts gathered. It's currently now 15 quid underwater, but it's 15 quid across 8 markets. So it's not as bad as it looks. So I'll play it and then I'll come back and we'll talk it through. But as we can see, we've got these have triggered already. And then we've got these tickets to fire up. And we're on a blank sheet. Okay, so let's see what happens. I do have 2 meetings today. Well, I've got 3. I've actually got to go out in a minute. And we'll see what happens. I'll keep coming back to it throughout the day. Okay, guys, let's check in on this. It's top of the hour. We'll have a little look. So, it's not looking good. We are 56 quid underwater. However, cable's now starting to do what we thought it would do, which is push down. And the rest of them are all over the place. So if I just pull this up, and you can see, we're still on relatively low sizes. A pound. There's a couple of orders triggered on the Aussie, and there's a couple on the US Swissy, which is not a problem. So really, this is relatively small. In fact, it's really small. And even that, it looks horrific. But if it was individual, it's not bad at all. You know, it's like 17 pips against me. So what? The biggest one's 20 pips against me. So what? They can run to 50 pips. It's not a big issue, you know, if you're looking to run a trade across a day. So the experiment is really just in management of trades. Don't get me wrong. I don't want this to run past like 400 quid, you know. And why 400 quid? Well, it's like 50 quid a pop on each one of the markets. And there was 8 of them. So it's like 400 quid. So we'll see what happens with it. Some of them might have to cut off. Some of them we might have to increase. And if I've got to push the boat out a little bit and then sort of it's in and around sort of my main stop point, well, then I'll have to think about it. But at the meantime, let's just still play it out. I'll keep coming back to it rather than watch it all the time. I do have a meeting at 11 and I have another one at 1. And well, we can see what I'm doing. I'll come back to you later. Like I say, this might end really badly, but I'm really doing it for the squad. Let me clarify that a little bit as well, because this video might be long. I don't do anything scripted. I just get an idea from the guys, switch the camera on, and away I go. Now, you either like it or you don't. If you do, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, support the channel best you can. I won't be doing this again. It's a one-off, and I don't like gambling, and this is why I'm doing it. I'm trying to prove a point to show you that gambling is not the way. Going in with a single market, single trade idea and executing it well is the way forward. It served me well for over a decade, and I see it all the time. Jumping from magic system to magic system, moron. You know, they all work, stick with one. Jumping from asset to asset to asset, moron. You can't concentrate on that many markets at once, and that's why I'm doing this. I know what I'm doing, and I don't like doing this. In fact, I really don't like doing this. But my ultimate goal is to make certain the guys in the squad are on the right path, and the only way I can do it is lead from the front. It's the only way I can do that. It's the way I was in business, and I'll trade in front of them, and I show them what I'm doing, I tell them what I'm doing, and I back up everything that I say. Everything. You know. So let's see what happens. It's going to be a bitty one today, but bear with it. Catch you in a bit. It's coming on to 10 to 11, and I'm going in a meeting at 11 o'clock, so we'll have a quick update, and then I'll come back to this afternoon. Whew. I'm knackered, guys. I'm really, really tired. So this is probably not the best day to do this, but let's flick this back over. Okay, so in the meantime, we've had money out of this. So we've already taken first profits out. This one, I'm humming and hawing whether or not to kill this off. It is stretching up. At the moment, I'm just looking to get out and then re-enter it. Okay, so it's kind of like hedging my bets on that. I don't like hedging, but it is moving to the upper side, which was my initial analysis to start with. So what we might actually do is put a pound going back up for it to come down. So we'll do that. Right, boom. Right, now we are really looking to get to here, come up, cash out, come back down, get out of the short position. Shouldn't have really took that in the first place, because it's not something I like to do. I don't like to go against my initial decision, and my decision on that was to buy it. Okay, so dropped a bit of a clanger there, but anyway, so that's in a hedge position. I don't like hedging, don't recommend it, but I'm just doing it for get me out of trouble. This is back into positive. This one we weren't trading. This one I've taken money out, put the order back in. We've got an order sitting behind it, which I'm going to edge up somewhat. I'm going to alter that, this one here. So I'm going to move that up a little bit and let it run down. So they're good. I'm going to adjust them slightly in just a moment, because I don't think I need that order. And this one, like I say, I'm going to edge it back on itself. Okay, so that's running, that's running. This one, this is going to be the kicker. Okay, this is running back down into where it was going. Again, this is pulling back, this is moving up. What we're going to do here is we can actually take these out and reposition, because it looks like it's yeah, I think we'll do that. So we're going to take that off, and we're going to take that off. So that's done, and then we're going to put the order back amongst this lot. Then this one, that's pulling back on itself as well. So we're going to take that out. And that one's bouncing on that level, so we're going to take that out as well. Okay, so is that one moving back on itself? Let me just check something. USGPY. Yeah, we're going to take that out as well. Okay, right. So what have we done now? Now we've cleaned this up. We're then going to go back into them, reposition orders for it to pick up on, etc., etc., and then see if we can get some more out. So that little exercise there has just put us at 55 quid. So let me do a bit more tinkering with it, and I'll come back to you after I've done my meetings. Okay guys, we're back. Let's flick this over. We've been getting some money out. One of the trades has gone a bit tits up. So let me just tidy this up a second, because what I'm going to be doing is, because we're not trading the euro, I've just taken it off. Don't really need it. So pop that there, put that up to there. But the one I want to pay attention to is cable. Going to be taking this position out as well. And I'm going to reposition it in just a second. All right. I royally screwed up on this. Okay. And when I get through the end of this, I'm going to explain what I've been doing fully. So at the moment, we are back to £55 underwater. These I'm not worried about, but this, I should have killed it off when I had the chance. I'm now having to trade out of it. And it's a real bitch. Then I've got multiple positions that are still in the wings waiting to be triggered. So we haven't really been too bad. We've been working the charts. We've got money out. I mean, we're up to 71 quid so far. So now what I need to do is start looking to get back out of things. As we can see, we've got orders sitting around. This one won't take much to get out of. Let me do a bit more tinkering. I've got another meeting at 1 o'clock, and then I'll finally switch the screens on fully. I was right to take that out, but I'm going to reposition it back here, and the others will kind of look after themselves. Again, this one here, I'll move these around. This one, I'm looking for it just to come down and get me out, and we'll take it from there. Right, so I'll catch you in a bit, guys. Okay guys, finished all my meetings for the day. It's now currently 2:20. So what I'll be doing now is looking to manage out of trades. Closed off all of the orders that hadn't been triggered. And I'll now just look to salvage what we've done. Right, so flick this over. We start seeing who's left. So we're down to 2 markets left, which is US Swissy and cable. So I'll get rid of that, and get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. So we're left with this bad boy here. So I need to manage out of this one. Drop this down onto 5 minutes for you. Just like so. And we got cable, which I should have bought it. You know, when I was talking about this at the start, and I was humming and hawing about what to do, I really dropped a bollock, dropped a clanger, because I should have looked to get out of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there. But when I see that go net positive, I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to do the same with this. And let's have a little look, shall we? So drop that. So they're all figures. That's what I've been doing. So I've been carving, chopping and changing, and one thing and another. It's 143. So it's been a bit of a stressful time of things, but nothing that we can't handle. So where are we up? So that's there. Let me just quickly check this, check something on this. Okay, so this is at the top of the range. You can see the candles coming in. So I'm going to put an order underneath that to come down to get me out of trouble on this one. Now, it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, but it's flaring up. Let's just check something, guys. Yeah. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to follow the candles up, and we're going to look to get out. So this one here. So that's net positive at that point. Okay. What happens is, so if you can see it's positive here. So if that's got 7 quid, that loses a fiver, it pays off spreads, etc., etc. That will be net positive at that point. Now, all I want to do is get out of the trade. All right, because that's all I'm looking to do. I'm looking to get out of trades at this moment in time. So that's where that is. This one, if I did the same principle with this, so it's like 14, so it's about 8. That would be about there. So that would get me 9 quid. And that would lose 8 quid. All right. So just pull that down onto there. That would get that out at net positive. So both of them would get out at net positive. But what we're going to do is we're just going to draw a line here. Just make that red. Make it pretty bold. Just pull that to there. And I'm going to put the same marker on this side, which is approximately there. And now what we're going to do is this. I'm going to follow that up and work out where net positive is to a line. Price goes below the line. We'll just see how far we can get it down, but then not let it go beyond there. I mean, I could kill this off now and we'd have made 120 quid net. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, I've got a decision to make. There's going to be a news announcement in 6 minutes. The question is, do I hold this or do I kill it? Now, it's currently pushing up. There are signs I'm going to kill it off. I think it's the sensible thing to do. Right. Why have I done that? Well, if I look at the economic calendar, which I keep half an eye on, this is today, there is a series of US data coming out at 3 o'clock. If this goes in my favour, brilliant. However, we don't know. And we won't know till that announcement comes out. And I need to get that from there to there just to kind of break even. But method in the madness, it's grinding up. I don't want to be caught in a situation when I've just been in with cable. I got cable wrong this morning because I tried to preempt it and it rattled off. Now, my first instinct, as I said, was buy this thing, but it didn't. Human nature. And that's going to be part of the moral of the story in a second. But let's have a look. So we've got nothing left. There's no tickets running because I closed off the tickets when we went into the afternoon. And we've got a net positive of 125 across 8 markets. Now, if you look, all the sizes were relatively small. Got in, got out. Sometimes I had to kill and reposition, etc. But the job was done right, and I was probably right to hold off that. So what I'm going to do is now just call it a day. You know, so I'm going to enjoy my coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee, and just reflect a little bit about what we've done today. Today was off the cuff. It's not something I'm going to repeat. It's not something I recommend, but I wanted to show it in real time for the guys of the squad. And as I said before, it's for Boffin, because he brought up a number of factors about focus, and if you're 75% the target, do you keep on going, all of this sort of thing. Well, my target's 200 quid a day. Now, you would have thought of 8 markets, that was a piece of cake. But it's not. Because of the 8 markets, I decided to trade 7 of them, because euro dollar was a little bit indecisive. And of them 7, I had to look across all of the markets at once and in a small time frame. And what I mean by that is I had to be putting orders in and managing them all at the same time. So my focus was split 7 ways. Now, you make mistakes when it's like that. And I made a mistake, which was cable. I knew what I should have been doing, but I went against it. Now, if I'd gone with the buy, we'd have been laughing here. I'd have smashed my target relatively easy, blah, 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 blah. But I couldn't, because I was watching other things, and I was trying to watch other things. So I'm watching a bit on this screen, I'm watching my top screen, the one on my phone even, keeping an eye on it, boom, 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 boom. And it drove me mad. It literally drove me nuts. Now you throw into the fact that I had 3 meetings today. I needed to go see my friend at the garage where I've been doing his boots. And if you want to see the size of his boots, bloody hell, all of that is his invoicing. All of them. Look how big that is. All right. So I had that to do, you know, keep him on track. Then I had a couple of one-to-ones with the guys. I normally only do one at a time, but one of the guys I just really wanted to help. Well, I wanted to help them both, in fairness, but one of them I slipped in extra because I genuinely wanted to sort of help. So I had that to deal with as well. Then got Winky running around like a lunatic because we've got a lot on this week. All thrown in against 7 markets. Key word here, focus. I was losing focus. And it took everything that I knew to pull this back. Do you really think you can do that every day? It'd be nigh on impossible. And it's going to cripple you. Now there's another element to this. We're 3 o'clock. And I am a good way into target. Good well into target. Do I keep going? No. Because I'm not focused, you know, because my brain's mashed after doing this. And it's late in the day. What if I'm wrong? Then I might have to run it overnight. Then I'm caught with overnight costs. I'm caught with overnight spreads. And I could be in a world of pain again tomorrow. So I'm best off cutting and running. And that's what I've just done. I knew the news announcements coming in. It's only medium, so it could go either way, and it won't necessarily be a huge surge. But what if it is? I don't know. So just cut it. Get paid what I've on the table, in this case 125 quid, and be happy. So I'll be interested in the comments what you think about today. It was stupid, it was showboating, and it's not something I plan on repeating, as I said. But my personal belief, and this is me from doing this for a long time, is look at a single asset, plan it, trade it, and be happy with the outcome. And if you're not at full target, don't worry about it. As long as you end the day with more than you started with, it's a good day. You can't force trades. You genuinely can't. You just have to roll the dice and then manage them best you can. So if you're stuck, very easy found, drop down into the comments, find all my contact details there, and I answer every single one of you personally. And if you want some decent links, drop in the description. You'll find good brokers, prop firms, etc. with some decent offers that I managed to wangle for you. And from there, best of luck. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.